Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Banos Talk. My name is Justin Collins. Tonight's episode is not a pleasant episode, and it's an episode that I wish I didn't have to make, but I feel like I have no other choice but to raise mass awareness to this very important and serious issue that is affecting our youth here in the city of Los Banos. What I'm talking about tonight is coordinated underground fighting among our youth, as well as random attacks on our youth, recorded and then posted to social media in order to get more likes, follows, and views, and of course, attention. Now, I need to warn you that some of the footage that I'm going to show you, I only do so because it's important to show you the reality of the situation and how bad it really is. However, I'm not going to show you the full extent of the footage, and I'm going to keep people's faces out of it because after all, this is dealing with minors. There is going to be violence in this video, so I need to warn you. If that's something you can't stand or don't want to watch, then feel free and don't continue to watch this episode. Also, if you have small children with you that are viewing this as well, again, I recommend that you don't watch this with them, or at a minimum, educate them about the situation and how this is not entertainment and is a very wrong and disturbing and sick practice that could lead to people having permanent injury and suffering serious consequences, both legal and physical. And I'll be showing you all that information and what I have and need to present to you tonight right after a brief message from our sponsor. Hey everyone, it's me, Justin, and I want to tell you a little bit about Los Banos Drug. It's located at the corner of 6th and J Street in downtown Los Banos. Some of you may not know, but it's actually a full-service pharmacy, convenience store, and diner as well. You can get any drug prescription filled here at the pharmacy, and delivery to your house is free. They not only deliver in town to Los Banos, but actually out into the country as well. And the free delivery isn't just for prescriptions, it's also for any item in the store. You want toothpaste, you need deodorant, or anything else you might think of, it can be delivered straight to your home for free. And if you're in downtown, you gotta try out their diner. They're open Monday through Friday. Breakfast is served from 8 a.m. to about 10:30 a.m. and lunch is served from 11 to 2:30 p.m. Every week, the menu changes and rotates. Every day has its own special. So come on down and try the food. Or if you need an item delivered to your home, try out their free delivery by giving them a call at 209-826-5834. Los Banos Drug Fountain. Local business serving the local community needs. And we're back. Thanks for watching. So like I said, there is a very sick and disturbing practice currently going on in the city of Los Banos. And what it involves is young, usually teenage and middle school. However, I've even found videos of elementary students taking place in coordinated and planned fights at school. So individuals can record it, put it on social media, and get a lot of views. This results in cyberbullying for the individual who loses. It also results in sometimes legal action to be taken, and worst of all, serious injury. One of the videos that I think is too gruesome to show you, but it was recently pulled down, that I watched Friday, involved a kid getting sucker punched from behind. His neck and head hit the corner of the concrete, and then he was laying there limp with his head and body at an angle, and he seemed to be convulsing in what appeared to be a seizure, which is from extreme head trauma. I legitimately worry if that kid is going to suffer some kind of permanent damage from that, and the video is truly disturbing. Now, first, I'm going to show you where these videos are held, because if these individuals can no longer post to social media, and if they can no longer gain views from it, maybe the practice will stop. So here I am on Instagram, and there were other Instagrams and they've been taken off, and they actually have multiple pages with multiple versions of the videos. So that way, even when you get one page taken down successfully, which happened this weekend, others pop up and crop up. They use slightly different names, but generally they have variations of 209 and the word fight. somewhere involved. All of the fights you see here took place between Los Banos students. Some are very disturbing and depict really young kids. Like, yes, this is actually a fight that got over 3,700 views, and it's taking place between two children that look probably no older than 10 years old. Now, this particular video is considered so graphic that Instagram has decided to hide it. But I want to show it to you not only to show you the brutality, but also to show you the level of sophistication of these fights. So look here. If you notice, they've actually blurred out the faces. So they've blurred out these two girls' faces so you actually can't tell who they are. This fight's taking place on concrete, and it appears to be in the parking lot of Pacheco High School. Now, one of the things that's incredibly disturbing about all of this is the fact that you can see as these girls are fighting one another that all anyone is doing is simply taking out their phones and recording it. No one's trying to stop the fight. No one's trying to do anything like that. Instead, they're actually antagonizing, egging on the fight, and posting it to Instagram and Snapchat. Oddly enough, actually, a majority of the fights posted are actually of girls. In fact, that I can't show you on this video because Snapchat is only available to be seen on the phone, and the way I record my videos would make it difficult. But there's even a 209 fights profile that's literally of a girl, and I've actually noticed in many of the videos, one of the girls is still fighting. So there's actually people who have built up following, challenging other individuals to fights and trying to create a name for themselves as a quote good fighter in the school. The other thing that's disturbing is that in many of these videos, the person recording and then publishing to Instagram is letting people know when more videos would come up, just like I do, and is blurring out faces, which shows a degree and level of video editing skills. And you can also tell that these fights are planned and coordinated. Some of them take place off of school grounds. In this case, it took place on school grounds, but at the parking lot. These fights are generally coordinated and they're antagonized by individuals to try to start a fight. So then they can either video themselves or record themselves beating up someone, or so that person can have a fight to show for content. Because these individuals rely on these fights in order to create content, they're constantly having to get people to get into a fight in order to post their weekly episode, so to speak. This is resulting in more and more fights. And in some cases where the individuals can't actually get a fight, what they actually do is they just have somebody randomly walk up to someone else and just sucker punch them or just start a fight. Those videos are actually the more scary and even more graphic because the other person isn't even aware of what's coming and the fight results in more injury. Now, I haven't figured out why most of these fights involve women, other than, like I said, there is a female Snapchat profile of a girl who is essentially promoting herself as being Pacheco High School's top fighter, and it seems to be actually actively going about and getting women to fight her and having other people record. I'm going to show you just one more video, which clearly happens on school grounds. And once again, as you can see, faces have been blurred out, so you can't see the individuals fighting. And eventually, coach comes in and separates the fight. But look at the views, 3,500. Many of these videos, look how many views they have. So here's one of the reasons why they do it. Instagram, it's difficult to get views. And this many views for just a local Los Banos video, that's a lot of high school kids that have watched your video. They're doing this largely for popularity, for other things. And look here, over 781 people follow this, and there's been 21 videos. And the interesting thing with all these videos and all of these fights is that they're in multiple locations. See, there was another 209 fights that had a lot of videos that were more recent than this. That one got taken down. Then they just put up a new one. So even when you take down one of these profiles, they just put a new one up. So what really can be done about it? Well, one of the problems is that the students have their cell phones at school. And so they're able to record and instantly upload to the internet and go live and show a fight happening in real time, and other students can see it. So the fact that students have their smartphones on them and the fact that there's just so readily available is one of the reasons why this is happening. Another reason why this is happening, and part of the problem, is because people don't take cyberbullying seriously. And what I mean by that is everyone is focused on the two individuals fighting, but nobody's thinking about the person who's holding the camera and uploading this to Instagram and causing more and more fights. The person who's organized it, instigated it, glorified it, and then shown the world it, right? No one talks about that person. They're always interested in the fights, but not that, because there are videos that take place where basically one person is just simply attacked. And that's becoming prevalent as well. So it's not even about stopping people from just fighting one another, because if nobody was willing to fight, they'll just find someone. To me, the issue is take away the platform, take away the ability to put this stuff up, and then there goes the problem. So if there was a strict no phones out policy, no recording allowed on campus policy, and it was strictly enforced, or if phones had to be put away during the day and only taken out at the end of the day, or some kind of policy like that, then these fights in many ways would become meaningless. There weren't as many fights when I was going to school, and that wasn't that long ago. That was just 12 years ago. But the difference between then and now is social media and smartphones. You know, when I was a senior in high school, and when many of you guys were in school, we didn't have smartphones. We didn't have streaming services. We didn't have all the social media platforms. And so when a fight would break out, very few people would even see it. And it was because the two genuinely were extremely mad at each other or something like that. And it was quite a rarity. Now fights are happening once to twice a week because it's actually a source of sick entertainment for some. And there's some individuals that are not even involved in it directly, but are willing to use it to their advantage and basically try to make money off of it and try to get views. I've even had a few confidential sources tell me that actually it's gone as far as people even taking bets on these fights. It's gotten really, really out of hand, and something needs to be done. And I only showed you two videos, and I feel like that's almost too many. I don't want to really show you any of them. But the thing is that I needed to show you that this is real. It's not going away. We need to do something about it. And the reality is even if your student, your child is not one who's likely or would fight, it to some extent actually doesn't matter. Again, I watched a few videos on the Instagram that was recently taken down where they actually just came out and attacked students. And in those videos, the students were wearing masks. And so you couldn't see their faces. Again, those videos got taken down because it got shared around on Nextdoor app. And one of the parents recognized their child in it and demanded it be taken down. But that's one of the problems in today's society, is that people crave attention, especially the younger kids. They want to be an influencer. They want to be a star on social media. And they'll do just about anything for that attention, for the followers, for the likes. And this is an easy way to do it. Posting a fight at school is one of the most surefire ways to get a couple thousand views locally. And that's what they want, and that's what they're after. And that's a twofold issue. One, it incentivizes them to want to upload these videos because of how well they do. But on top of that, the second element is when you watch the videos, when you follow their page, you're just feeding and fueling the fire. So a few things as parents or as staff, I guess we could say, is Search actively for these profiles and continuously take them down. When staff break up a fight, don't just worry about the staff. All of the individuals around recording said fight immediately should have their phone confiscated. The video should be deleted from that phone, and they should be punished because they're actually the ones coordinating and instigating the fight in order to make it happen in some cases. And in other cases, they're just bystanders who are taking out their phone for an opportunity to get more likes and follows, etc. Regardless, though, they are contributing to the problem, if not more than even the fighters themselves, as odd as that may sound. And then lastly, demand that your son or daughter not watch it, not follow it, not give it the views. If no one watches it and they can't really upload much, it'll die. But we're never going to be able to break up and stop all these fights. But what we can do is take away the incentive to do it in the first place. That's the reason they're happening so much more now and increasing. And it wasn't happening to the same extent as it was when we were younger, because these people are trying to build up successful YouTube and Instagram pages and Facebook pages and Snapchat profiles, and they need content, and this is their content. Now, I hope you understand that I'm just trying to inform the public and that I don't want you to interpret this as a means of entertainment, but I feel as though I have an obligation to use my platform to help benefit the community, and I feel like raising mass awareness and bringing attention to this very serious problem will cause our school district to do something. That's also why I brought up and brainstormed a few solutions, perhaps that may work, they may not. But because I really want us to put our heads together and work with each other and figure out how we can put a stop to this before someone winds up paraplegic, before kids wind up in jail or juvenile hall, and before this gets even more out of hand, because it's escalating every week, it seems. So I apologize if I upset your sensibilities. I tried to give you fair warning. Again, I'm only doing this to try to help. Please try to understand that. If you haven't already, please like, follow, subscribe to Los Banos Talk. We have Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter, and of course, losbanostalk.com. You can become a supporter of Los Banos Talk for just $4.99 a month and gain access to all the videos first and ad-free. Once again, my name is Justin Collins, and try to have a wonderful rest of your day.